Good morning, friends. Welcome to Evita Cooks and Gardens. Every morning I stroll through the garden and do a quick inspection, especially through my plantain island, which by the way is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. It's a sunny, beautiful morning, not a cloud in sight, and we definitely need some rain. But this morning is extra special. I had shown you the plantain babies or seeds that I have at the base of the main plant, or the oldest plant that I have. Here's one right there and one right there, and then right next to it is the second oldest plantain plant right here that also has been sprouting seeds, or babies like I like to call them, right here. On that last video I mentioned that typically when you start to see the plantain seeding and sprouting babies, it's an indication that the plant is ready to fruit. Now the main plant, which is this one right here, or the oldest plant, the original plant my dad brought me from Puerto Rico, has been on the ground going on 3 years, and that plant has given this as a baby, and these two on the back are the seeds from it. I have not seen any fruit from it, and it's getting a little bit frustrating because besides keeping the plantains in this island for their beauty, I would love to see some plantains and maybe do a couple of videos or recipes with the fruit from one of my plantain plants. So every morning I come out here and I inspect my plants. I talk to them for a little bit, give them a little bit of TLC, check the soil, remove any weeding if I have to. But most importantly, I check to see if the plantain has gone to fruit. Earlier in the season, I had mentioned that my mom had said that the plantain is fruiting not just by the seeds at the base, but also because overnight it would shoot an ugly looking leaf. So that's what I always look for when I come visit my plantains. This morning when I came out here, I noticed something different. I hope you could see it there and appreciate it. But there is that ugly shoot right at the top. It looks like a leaf, which by the way it is, because the plantain is wrapped in that ugly leaf or shoot. I guess my mom was right. It is not the typical plantain leaf, but it's nice and round. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow when I come back, or maybe later on this afternoon. But I believe I have been blessed finally with some plantains. Check this out. I'm gonna try and see if I can get a better angle, maybe from under the base of the plantain, but I'm not sure because this plantain plant is pretty tall. If my fence is 6 feet tall, I believe the plantain plant is probably about 12 feet, maybe more. So let me see if I can come around maybe from the inside, and yes, there we go. I think you can appreciate the plantain shoot much better from this angle, and I am beyond excited, you guys. I cannot even begin to explain just how excited I am, because I was starting to give up on the possibility, because I had been told too many times that in Central Florida plantains do not do very well. Now even if that plantain only yields one plantain, I would still consider it success. But check this out. It is gorgeous. I'm glad I can share this little garden moment with you guys. And I really can't wait to make some mofongo from this plantain. Wow, it looks like we did it together and we've been monitoring it as we go along. And I'm just thrilled that I was able to share this experience with all of you. Especially since, like I said, I've been waiting for over 1.5 years, maybe 2 years for this to happen. And as you can see, this is a very healthy plantain plant that has produced not just the plantain right next to it, which is hopefully going to fruit very soon as well, but also these two. So the sequence, if I'm not mistaken, you know, is going to be this one right here will go to fruit next, then maybe right after it will be this one, and then that one, and of course everything else that's in between. I'm not really sure how long it will take, but I'm pretty sure that they would also yield plantains. And as I was recording this quick little video, I noticed that I have one more seed sprouting from the second eldest plant right here. And being careful, but it looks like I have one more. Check this out. Look at that. And if I push some of this mulch away from the base of the plantain, I'm pretty sure that there's more, because plantain can sprout anywhere between 2 to 5 seeds at any given time. And I've done so much research trying to figure out, you know, how this works. And see, I think this right here is another one. So like I said, if I push the mulch away from the base, it's very likely that I would end up with more plantain seeds. Now, what's going to happen is once I harvest the plantain from the oldest plant, or the main plant right here, to harvest it, we would have to cut down the plantain and then allow the second oldest or tallest plantain to thrive, which will be this one right here. And then what you're supposed to do is remove all the other seeds from the base and plant them separately. So I need to figure out how I'm going to lay this out, because this plantain island is not that large. Maybe I need to extend it, but that's going to depend on how well the plantains do and how good of a harvest I get. As you can see, you guys, hard work, dedication, and patience pays off. All it takes is a little bit of time and effort, and in time you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. Well, you guys, it's time to get on the phone, call my dad, and break the news to him that he's going to be a grandpa. And until next time, I'm Evita Cooks and Gardens. You really have to try it.